If you've ever performed a squat, you know that it can be a very effective exercise, working the entire lower body, really getting the heart pounding. The only major drawback being that, regardless of the style of squat that you've used, the bottom position is very difficult where leverage is poor, and the top position is almost too easy. Now, spending extra time in this bottom position as you become stronger can be really tough on the lower back, which wreaks havoc on the lower lumbar spine. The way we deal with this in the clinic is we use various leg machines and allow people of all ages and all walks of life to get into the squat position and do so safely by using equipment that varies the resistance from the top position to the bottom. What this basically means is, as you come into the bottom position, the resistance lets off slightly, and as you extend the legs out into the top position, the resistance increases. This is done through various mechanisms and cams and so forth. But it doesn't mean we don't like the squat. The up and down motion of the squat is really effective for getting the whole body moving. One of the ways to tweak the squat for yourself, and do so fairly simply, is to combine two different squats together and two different ranges of motion together. So what I'm doing here is I'm holding a couple of dumbbells. They're quite a bit heavier than I would normally use for a full range squat. By that I mean, you can see I'm not going down very deep. I'm basically doing a standard dumbbell squat in the top position of the movement, only going down about half to 2/3 of the way. I move not too slow, not too fast, just sort of deliberate, and then I drop the weights and pick only one back up, thus reducing the resistance. I also widen my stance, widen my feet, to increase leverage in the bottom position, because now I'm working the other portion of the squat, the bottom half. Basically, I'm coming down just above parallel before I totally lose leverage, and just up past the halfway point. Again, I'm moving deliberately, squeezing the thighs. I'm not just trying to push up and down. I chose both these dumbbell moves because they make it quite easy to keep your upper body as upright as possible. The more you lean forward, the more the weight ends up on your lower back. So basically you start with a shoulder width stance and very heavy dumbbells. Just practice and find out what you're comfortable holding. I'm using dumbbells that I could probably perform 6 to 8 good clean reps all the way to the bottom and up. And I'm performing 12 reps instead in the easier top half of the movement. So this pre-exhausts my thighs for that range of motion, putting a lot of pressure on my hamstrings and my quads. Now, with the wide, what we call sumo stance, and you can't see my feet, but they're actually pointing out a little bit, as I perform the bottom portion of the motion, not only do I get the bottom range with a more suitable weight, like the machines will adjust for, but I'm also getting the inside of the thighs and a little more glute action. Again, I'm moving medium pace, but deliberately squeezing my thighs, driving my feet, especially my heels, into the ground. Another way to improve your squat, as a bonus idea, is this particular stretch. A lot of people think that it's their hips that are tight when they can't get down into the bottom of the squat, but it's actually usually because the weight is a little bit too heavy relative to the top portion, and their upper back, what's called the T-spine, is too tight. If you just place your elbows on a bench and hold onto a bar and bring your hips back and forth, basically I'm concentrating on pushing my hips down to my feet and holding for a moment as the bar comes over my head, you'll effectively stretch out that T-spine, and you'll find it much easier to keep your upper body upright and your chest high as you perform regular squats. Give it a try. As always, go careful, go slow, have fun with it. Spice up your squat.